Basically, there's all these restaurants when you walk in. Right now, we're requesting a 50 because we have people that so just don't sit anywhere where it's taped off, or ripped off, or wherever you want. Or if it has a t-shirt, other than that, you can sit in that chair. Right there. Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Theaters. The restrooms are right back there.
Okay, so then we see this sign that brings back so you can sit as long as it's a stage.
There's another one.
Top of the next
Right now.
Yeah, so when you, as my marker, they'll just take it out.
I mean, only if we start using the content. We gotta use the recordings we make of these shows in some way instead of just streaming them online to no one who's watching. Hi, me. I'm the only one watching. Oh.
Colorful Flowers by Tokyo Music Walker. Over You by Och.
Night show since March 15th of last year. We know that there's a lot you can do on a Sunday night, especially when it's as beautiful as this night. So we're glad to have you here. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're doing a special show tonight called, well first, let's get the improvisers out here. Jay and Tony.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm so out of practice. My name's Ken.
Hi, Ken. Again. How's it going?
And up there we have Nicole and Kyle, and Caitlin's on camera walking around. So the whole camera thing is new for us since COVID.
You forgot someone.
Oh, who did I forget?
In the back. Behind you.
Tony.
Tony.
Tony and
Thank you.
Did I not say
Thank
Tony?
you. No, you're not saying
Ah, see, I am so out of practice.
all
So let's give a hand for Tony. Who has the So we're going to kind of do a fun show for you tonight, and it's called a monologue deconstruction. Ooh. So let me say that again, and you guys give me a monologue deconstruction. Ooh. Oh, we're going to have some fun tonight. So what that means is, first, I'm going to get a suggestion from you all, and I'm going to improvise a story from that. I'm the resident storytelling teacher here and the story coach for the ensemble. So we have talented improvisers who are going to entertain you. I'll tell you stories that will hopefully be entertaining, or at least mildly amusing. So then we'll do a story, and then from that, these guys are going to take inspiration from my story and create a scene for you. And then from that, I'm going to look and try to tell a true personal story based on that. And we're going to go back and forth and do that for a while tonight. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. guys come out and be
Capable, everybody, capable!
Ooh. So, I'm just going to ask for a suggestion of something that you thought of, you saw today.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
You saw
Cruise.
Tom Cruise today?
Mission Impossible. He was on FX today.
Oh boy,
It
that's
was
going
a
to
Tom Cruise marathon.
a Tom Cruise marathon.
Well, okay. Mission Impossible marathon.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yes.
bum,
I
bum.
thought about shaving my legs today.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that one better. 'Cause I thought about it too, but like.
how about Tom Cruise shaving his legs?
Yes.
All right. I was in a show called Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Like this is many, many years ago when I was skinny and cute. And so we did the play called Chicago. And in Chicago, there is a character who's played by a guy, and but is a female role. And so there's supposed to be the big reveal of, oh, that's really a gal. And that's what I got cast as. Because I'm that talented. And I had to shave my legs for the very first time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was,
First time.
well, yeah, I haven't since then, really.
Oh.
I understand swimmers shave their legs a lot. But, so the show was being directed by this gal named Joanne Miller, who was just this tough old theater critic, the theater gal. And she used to walk around with a Pall Mall cigarette in her mouth all the time. And she called everyone honey. Honey. So one day, we're in the front of the theater during the run of Chicago, during rehearsals, so they're on the stage and you can hear them practicing and rehearsing. And it's pouring down rain as it can only pour down in Texas. And Joanne comes out next to me, puts her arms around me. Honey, it looks like a cow pissing on a flat rock. And I'd never heard that expression before. And so I was the fundraiser for the theater, and we got a grant from the Texas State Arts Commission that was for $25,000. We asked for about $100,000, we got $25,000. So again, I was with Joanne. So honey, what did we get with that grant? And I said, well, we got $25,000. And I explained to her why we didn't get the full amount. She goes, well, I guess it's better than poking the ass with a cold carrot.
Woohoo!
And I just looked at her and I said, do you make these up to see my response? So anyway, opening night comes, and I'm supposed to come down as this character on a rope from the ceiling. And the guy that was doing it, I don't know if he was high or what, but it was janky.
Oh boy.
So here I am, feeling very uncomfortable, playing this female role because I was the only guy that could sing falsetto, shaved legs, going gung, 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 gung. Finally get down, do the song, and after the big reveal, I heard some little old lady go, I told you! So that was the illusion.
Bless your heart.
Thank you. And thank you. Let's bring the improviser back.
Bet you think you're hot stuff, Hitman.
I just kill people for a living. I don't think I'm that cool. I just have a job that I do.
You're out there like a beaver in a hen house. Just uppity like two robins wrapped around a pole deep in space.
What do you mean by that? I mean, I went into the house, I got the job done.
Yeah, you went into the house like some kind of cat in heat, smoking a cigarette, but the cigarette's just run out and he can't get another.
I'm not totally sure what you're trying to get at.
The body, you left the body lying there like two pieces of bacon sitting on a plastic tiddlywink.
Look, the cleanup crew was supposed to come in and get it.
Oh, the cleanup crew, those two are like, I don't know, two astronauts who were drunk on gin in Paris in 1942.
okay, look, I do my best, okay? I haven't been doing this that long. You know, I'm young. For a hitman, I mean, I'm young.
I'm not gonna pay you the full amount. I'm only gonna pay you $25,000 if you're gonna, you know, act like a cow who got his ass shaved at midnight by a barber who doesn't know how to shave. You laughing?
Yeah, I'm laughing.
Like a third grader hopped up on meth.
Look, you gotta pay me the full amount. You gotta pay me the full amount because if you don't, maybe you're gonna be the next target. What do you think of that?
Well, you think I'm a sheep with 2 chicken legs in my mouth? Why you treat me like that? You want the full amount? You gotta go in there like some kind of stevedore going into a submarine and bring out them bodies like a bull who's happy he's alive on a rainbow.
I don't do cleanup. When you hired me, you knew that I didn't do cleanup. We have a whole new crew for that. What are you gonna give? Are you gonna give my money to them? To the real cleanup crew?
Maybe I ought to. You treat me like a bank built on a marshmallow mountain.
Whatever. I just want you to pay me the full amount, or I'm gonna be really upset. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad like 8 chickens with bees stuck in their butt.
Matter!
I didn't know you were that mad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be mad. Oh yeah. You want me to get madder? Huh? Oh yeah. Well, how about 3 mules with nuns on top of them with spurs going into their flanks?
You're that mad? I didn't know.
What about like a bird flying over the top of your head that just got hit by a jet and then spurs out? Huh? That's mad.
A Delta jet?
United.
Look, all I'm saying is I want my money. I want the full amount. I'm not gonna clean up the body.
All right. If wishes were bears, bees would have a lot more honey. Here's the full amount, $50,000. Sitting here like a wedding cake for a bride who realized she was a lesbian the night before the wedding, but likes cake so much she went through it anyway. I'm sorry I made you so mad.
It's all right. I got the amount. I got what I wanted. I got what I came here for. I got what I was paid for.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
I did what I did.
All
I
right,
did the
all
job
right.
and you
Don't
paid
be like a horse that's just ridden on a merry-go-round for the first time and thinks he's in love.
I don't know where you come up with this stuff.
More lesbian cake.
So I have a challenge for you all tomorrow. Tomorrow. Somehow during the day tomorrow, you have to use a colloquialism that makes no sense.
Easy.
Do you accept the challenge?
Yeah.
So when I was listening to their story, I was thinking of my grandmother, because I come from New Mexico,
Sorry.
and hey,
Oh.
don't be bashing New Mexico. You can bash my grandma,
No.
because most people have really nice grandparents and they don't get along with their parents. This is just the opposite with me. My grandparents hated me, and I didn't like them. They called me uppity. But my grandma, she said that our family was Italian. And I'm like, Italian? Do we come from Italy? And she's like, that's that uppity. We just expect that from you. But I had an Uncle Guy who was rumored to be in the mafia.
No.
Because he owned a nightclub in California. And apparently, in Portales, New Mexico, that means you're in the mafia. You were born in Portales! Let's get a hand up for Portales. Do you know Bryant and Nova Cisco?
I was only there when I was born and I left 2 days later.
Yeah, they didn't leave.
So that means yes.
No. So, they would talk about Uncle Guy being in the mafia, and we used to have to go visit my grandparents, and they had these horrible chickens. And granted, I was from the big city of Albuquerque.
Woohoo!
Don't be jealous.
Mr. Big Man.
There was a reason Bugs Bunny kept leaving it. And I dreaded going out there because my grandparents didn't like me. And they had all these farm animals that I had to take care of. And the chickens hated me. And I remember one day coming out of the house and I was supposed to go feed the chickens. And they were on this dusty road, like lined up, like 7 of them. And you could almost hear the and I was like, I'm not going to be scared of those chickens. So I was around 9 years old. And I, you know, granted I'm not the butchest bulb in the box, but I like puffed my chest out and I was like, gonna be chickens or me? And they started walking for me and you could hear it. And I'm like, ring it, bitch, ring it. And they all started coming for me. And I actually screamed. But then I thought, fuck it. So I started kicking my way through the chickens. And I got through, and I mean, that was a big moment in my life, and I felt like I developed some courage. And I was kind of a stronger guy then, and a better guy, and I was like, if I can handle the chickens, I can handle anything. Well, about 25, 30 years later, I was living in New York City, and, well, it was a shithole then.
Still is.
Yeah, but, and a mugger came up, and he said, give me your wallet. And I thought, I have $20 in my wallet. That's all I have. If I give you that, I won't be able to eat, and I'll die poor, and I'll end up urinating outdoors, and I'll become homeless like you. And I'm like, I thought of those chickens. And I went, no way, motherfucker! And he just looked at me, and went, and then he left, and it worked. So I learned from those chickens. Who knew? Those little moments in life give you courage.
Crazy over crazy.
Oh, look, mister, we don't want any trouble here. Oh, look, I'll pour you any drink you want. All right. I'll use some top shelf stuff for that. They said you was in town. Said the Cornish hen's come to town and he's English. From England. There you go, just have the drink. There's no need for any trouble here. That's right. We heard what you did in Tucson.
Not Tucson.
We heard what you did in Carson City. No, we don't like any of those places. We don't like any of the southwestern states here. Oh, that's an okay one, sure. Really? Here? He coming here? Well, I don't want you having a fight right here. I see what you're getting at, but I mean, he's maybe the only more dangerous person than you. Well, I would put it without the swearing, but yes, you're right. I mean, you can't do all the things you did without, having people come after you, bounty hunters. I'm not blaming y'all. It's just there's a list of crimes after your name. It takes like 5 pages when they hang it up on the post office wall. I think it's too late. right, guys, all right? You just told off the bull kid. Wow. You want the rest of your milk? You were saying thank you the whole time.
When you thought live entertainment, you didn't know chickens and cows would be such a big part of your night. Let's give them a hand for that. So what I heard, and that was Carson City. And have you ever had a crush on someone that you thought was just too good looking for you? Well, maybe I'm
Yes.
just insecure and I'm the only one.
You're
So,
not alone.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for having my back. There was this guy named Devin, who I thought was like the hottest guy, but he would drink a lot. And we were kind of a mutual crowd, so I'd see him out occasionally, and every time he'd end up getting really hammered, but I thought, he's really handsome. Maybe he'd want to go out with me. And then he told me he was from Carson City. And I thought, Carson City must be this elegant, wonderful place. It's a shithole. I mean, sorry if you're from Carson City. I'm from Albuquerque. I can't really throw a rock at the house. But I decided to take him to, a friend was having a birthday party, a 30th birthday party, that was at a Chinese cooking class, or cooking school. Yeah. So I thought that would be kind of fun. A good first date. See how it goes with my friends, so I don't feel so fat and insecure. And I pick him up and he's hammered already. Hammered. And I thought, uh-oh. So we get there, and it's this beautiful place with red walls and, you know, gold dragons everywhere, and my friends are there, and people are kind of dressed up. And Devin kept going around to everyone and going, hello. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What did I get myself into? Yeah. And it was just terrible. And the night progressed. He got more drunk. My friends got more annoyed. They're like, you got to take him away. So I'm like, okay, well, we got to go. We got to go. And the whole time, though, I was like, I didn't know they had people like this from Carson City. And I thought people were a little classier in Carson City. So as we're walking out, he takes his paw out. And there's this gorgeous birthday cake that hasn't been cut yet, and takes a big old piece and goes, happy birthday! So I'm driving him home, and I'm like, well, then I'm just going to date ugly people, because if this is where you get it, this is just not worth it. My friends are pissed at me. I'm embarrassed by the restaurant. Well, every red light that we'd stop at on the way home, he tried to get out the car door. Thanks, I had a great time. and I'd be like, stoplight. Thanks, I had a great time. Stoplight. So finally, when I got him to his house, he opened up the door, fell out, fell into the trash, and I just drove. And never contacted him again. But that's what people from Carson City are like to me, sadly. Thank you.
I'll get you home. It's all right. No, it's okay. Come on. Come on.
I'm fine.
No, you're not fine. Come on.
No, I'm good.
No, come on.
We should go to the Denny's.
No, we're gonna get you home, okay?
I'm
There
the
you go.
mayor of
That's
Carson
your man.
City.
You know what?
I'm the mayor of Carson City.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, go ahead and have a seat. Come on now, come on. Come on, dude, come on.
Dude, where we going to Denny's?
Okay, yeah.
I like when you put my seatbelt on. You're hot.
All right, now I gotta get you home, okay? You're gonna be fine.
I don't want to go home. I want to go out.
We're not going out. You've already had way too much.
I want some more cake.
You can't have any more cake. We've got to get you home.
I'm the mayor of Carson City. I can get cake if I want.
We're not gonna stop for cake. We're gonna take you home. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have. Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, everyone!
Come on, hey, come on, get back.
I'm too hot in there. I'm the mayor of Carson City.
Dude, come on. Just get back down. Get out of there. We're gonna get in trouble.
I'm coming.
Come on.
I'm coming. I'm in there.
Shut the door.
I'm coming to the sunroom.
No. I'm not stopping. We're gonna get you home.
Open the sunroom. I'm the mayor of Carson City.
No,
I'm the mayor.
we're not opening this. You're not getting out of this car.
I want to get in the car through the sunroof. I'm the Carson
You
City.
get back down in the seat. Damn it, get in the seat.
I don't go into
We're gonna get in trouble.
Carson City. We go through the sunroof and it's sunny.
I cannot reason with you. You are completely drunk. I don't even know why I'm trying. Just get in the car. Get
So
in
you're
the
giving up is what
get
I'm
in the car.
hearing. You're hot.
Just get in the car.
I'm trying. So open up the sunroof.
Okay, the sunroof is opening.
All right. Here I come.
What are you doing?
I'm getting up. I'm going to get on top of the car. I'm going to come into the sunroof. I'm the mayor of Carson City.
No, just get in the car, guys. You're gonna get us in trouble. You're gonna get me arrested for doing this.
Whew. Am I home yet?
We're almost home. You're almost home. Get in the car. You're gonna die. Just get in the car. Get in the goddamn car. Come on.
All right. I'm coming in.
Oh, for God. You've been killed.
Hey, we should go to Denny's.
All right, we're at your house.
You want to come in?
I do not want to come in. I want to go home. I'm gonna go home.
All right, good night.
Now, come on. I'm gonna help you out.
I don't want to go out the door. I'm the mayor of Carson City. I don't go to doors.
Get out. You're already unbuckled.
I'm going to the sunroof.
No! God damn it! God! Fine, okay, come on. Come on.
Now look at you dance.
Get off my roof right
Ah,
now.
that's not my house. That's the trash.
Oh my God. I'm gonna make sure that you get home safe, okay? I'm gonna make sure that you get in there, okay? Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Vote for me.
You're God. Come on.
You know, if you're lucky enough to get to work with some of your best friends, I highly recommend it. Getting through the pandemic was kind of difficult for us as a theater, and it was these guys that made it possible. And so, as I get to watch them again on stage, I'm getting kind of emotional. And hearing you all laugh, it's just a wonderful sign that we might be getting back to normal. So I heard Denny's.
That's where I wanted to go.
I love Denny's. Moon over my hammy. Well, when I was in college at the College of Santa Fe, like many college students, what'd you do late on a Saturday night? Go to Denny's.
Sleep?
Well, no, well.
Oh.
We'd go to Denny's. And it was a bunch of theater majors, and there was a girl named Tracy Chavey, who was from Amarillo, Texas.
Tracy?
Tracy Chavey, and you know.
God bless you, Tracy.
Do you know her?
I sure do.
Well, then
I went to church with her and her mother.
I don't know if I'd be admitting that right now.
No, well.
So anyway, Tracy would say Amarilla with an A. And then there was my best friend, she's my best friend to this day, Kathy Slater-Huff. So we were there, and someone had one of those, do you remember those little portable cameras that were like a little square? And we were taking pictures. And apparently that pissed off a table that was his. And this guy yells over it, look at him. Chiseled mustache, a face that has been worn and has seen things that I can only imagine.
Tom Selleck.
And he says, "Are you taking a picture of us?" And my friend Derek was there too. And I'm like, "No, sir, we're just taking pictures." And he starts walking over to the table. I should beat the shit out of you. And then his girlfriend comes over, halter top, big belly, and she looks, Kathy's sitting next to Derek, and she looks at Derek and she says, "Do you think your man is tougher than my man?" Chicken, quack, quack, quack. And she did it again. Chicken, quack, quack, quack. And Tracy goes, "Ma'am, I think you have your fowls all confused." And so that pissed them off even further. And then Derek stood up. And Derek's like 6'2" wall of muscles. And the guy was like this tall next to him. And Derek's like, "Sir, do we have a problem?" And the guy's like, "No more pictures." And we're like, "Okay." They walk away. And Tracy, in her good old fashioned, just as it all de-escalated, "Did you hear her say chicken, quack, quack, quack?" And that was that night.
Really upset at what you did tonight. Your chiseled mustache and your face that's seen more things than your eyes have ever seen. No one's ever wanted to take my picture, honey.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I couldn't help myself.
Why you gotta treat me like a dog? It's just going meow, meow, meow.
Honey, you're talking about a cat.
Oh, a cat. A cat goes,
Honey, look, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Whenever somebody takes a picture, our direction, I think they're invading our privacy.
I want my privacy invaded. Maybe if you were a bigger man. You are, you wouldn't be afraid of that.
I tried to be a man for you.
I wish you were a big old bear. Big old bear and just come out and go, woof, woof, woof. Scare anyone away.
Honey, look, I did it for us, for both of us. I mean, I don't like my picture taken. I figure we don't know what they're going to do with that picture. All of that social media and all that kind of thing. We don't know what they're going to do with it. I think you're a beautiful woman.
Really?
I think you are a beautiful woman. I think you deserve to have your picture taken, just not by a stranger.
Wow, you make me feel like a cute little birdie again. Going, just tweeting in my little tree.
Honey, yeah, you are cute.
Really?
You're my sunshine. Yeah. When I wake up, I see your beautiful belly, and it makes me just all happy inside. But I don't want other people to have to see that belly on social media.
Oh gosh, you're
Like
so
that.
cute. So cute. My dream is to have my little belly just popping out like a little piggy going cock-a-doodle-doo on Instagram or YouTube, and you just following along taking my
I
picture.
don't want that. I do not want that for you, honey. You may think you want it now, but you're not going to want it in the future. You're gonna be walking down the street, somebody's gonna be looking at that belly and saying the exact same thing, cock-doodle-doo or whatever, meow meow, whatever animal sounds they want to make. But they might make the animal sounds to make fun of you, and I don't want that. I want them to see all of you and your beauty. And that belly, I love your belly, and I love that your whole body. I mean, I love everything about you. That's why I married you. But I do not want people taking pictures without our consent. I just don't.
I like it when you get fussy. You're like a lemur. Like a little lemur just hopping around going, tell it to the boys in the B-52 bombers. The way lemurs do.
Honey, look, you know, I can be your lemur. I like to pop out of holes. I like to see you as long as I can see you with my big eyes. But I don't want other people having to see you on the big screen or on the little screen.
I guess you're right. I should just take my dreams and hopes and put them in a little hole like a little groundhog. Little groundhog goes because he's afraid of his own shadow the way you are.
I'm not afraid of my own shadow.
You are?
I'm not.
You are. You let that taller tree shadow over you. Just two trees blowing in the wind going.
If it'll make you feel better, I will take a picture of you.
Really?
I will take a picture, I'll take a video, I'll post it wherever you want me to post it, or I'll just save it for myself. I'll save it for myself at nighttime when I can look at you when you're not around, when you're at your restaurant waiting tables.
No, take my picture. That's all I wanted. Just have my picture taken.
I'll take your picture. I just don't want strangers taking your picture.
No, just take it. Take it to the photo studio and have a little disc film developed. And we'll just look at them ourselves, all right? All right. Fromage! Quack!
If you don't mind, I'm gonna sit for this one because one of the things I hate about getting older is my body's gone to fuck and I tore my meniscus in my knee. Can I get some sympathy?
Oh, pobrecito.
Thank you. So that story, watching them, reminded me of my mom, Sherry Rochelle, and my stepdad, Bernie Tate Witt. They met when I was a senior in high school and got married, and they have been the role model of love for my life because they held hands with each other up until the day my mom died. And it was so cute. He just adored her, and she loved him. Well, I spent 1 year in college, and afterwards I was hired by an acting company. And I was so excited. But that meant I kind of had to move back into home. And my mom, she was always going, what time are you going to be home? I'm like, I don't know, we have rehearsals tonight. I don't know. What time are you going to be home? I don't know, before the sun comes out. What time are you going to be home? And it got so annoying. And then one day, you know, and this always feels good when a parent says this to you, we need to talk. And I was like, okay. So she says, tonight, when you get home from your rehearsal, which I don't know why that was in quotes because I was at a rehearsal. She came in and she was a nervous wreck. And she was a tiny little wiry thing with bright red lipstick and yellow hair with a Sandy Duncan haircut. And she had a cup of coffee and she was just nervous. And she says, this is a very difficult thing for a mother to talk to a son about. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. And she's holding her coffee and she has a cigarette in one hand and she's just, the coffee's kind of shaking. And she says, Bernie and I have grown accustomed to not having any children around. I'm like, okay. And she goes, oh, this is difficult. We're not trying to get into your business. I don't know what you do at night. Which I was like, that sounds kind of accusatory. I'm a fucking rehearsal. But I'm like, okay, yeah. And she goes, so when we ask what time you're going to be home. Well, Kent Leslie, frankly, sometimes Bernie and I like to dance naked in the living room. And I said, well, I'm not going to join you. I knew you'd be flippant about this. It's just, you know, we're used to not having children and we're sexual beings. And right then I looked around the house and I noticed like things that I never noticed before. There was this white ceramic statue of a man and woman in this naked embrace. And there was this Venus de Milo oil lamp that looked kind of sensual and weird. And I'm like, oh my God, my parents have sex. And I'm like, well, okay, I promise I'll let you know when I'm coming home. And about 2 weeks later, we're doing a show called Cabaret, and my friends drop me off, and I'm like, hey, do you guys want to come in for coffee? And as I'm unlocking the door, I hear Vicky Carr on the record player. Please be him. It must be him, or I shall die. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I hear my mom go, Cat! And I'm like, yeah. Well, she also said, I don't want you to tell any of your friends about this. And I'm like, I won't. I promise. And she's like, stop, stay there. And my friends are all like laughing, and it's getting very uncomfortable. So, I don't know, we wait outside, I'm looking at them. Awkward. And then we go into the kitchen, and about 15 minutes later, making coffee, and my mom walks in, and she's like, hello, I'm Sherry, and she's introducing herself to my friends and all the actors in the show, and she's like, we were just dancing. And I hear my friend Diana Jean go, and then my mom gave me this look, like lasers could have exploded through my head. And I'm like, what do you do? But it was a big moment because, you know, for so long in high school, your parents are your parents, right? And then when you hit your 20s, you start seeing your parents as human beings. And I was like, well, my parents are horny human beings. And I love them. Thanks.
This is your yard sale?
Yeah. Have a look.
Good.
Let me know if you need any help.
Yeah, no, I've been needing, it's like a horse bridle.
Oh, yeah, that one came from an old horse that I used to have when I was a child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of small for a horse, but I could use something like this.
Yeah, it was a pony, a Shetland pony.
Has it been used very much?
Well, it was used on the horse, and then I was out of the box. We got it out of the box, so it was only used on the horse.
Oh, great. I'll take it. So you got some nice whips.
Yeah, we use those for the ranch in general.
Yeah. Right. Take a lot of the stuff. You know, you don't find people in the suburbs like this with farm equipment. It's hard to find.
Yeah, I moved from Wyoming, and
yeah, I probably did a lot of farming there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived on a ranch for a while with my parents.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is this all this stuff theirs?
Yeah. It was all of ours, like stuff I grew up with.
Yeah. Some kind of hammock.
Oh yeah. That's we would lift calves up.
Yeah.
With that.
It's got a hole in the bottom for like the cow udder or something to go through.
Yeah, and sometimes we would use the younger ones and birth them.
Right.
Like the cow teen mothers sort of.
Yeah.
Come out there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this full face leather mask, is that like for like the zipper?
Oh yeah, the zipper.
Yeah, on the mannequin here.
Oh yeah. If you want to try it on, you can. We used to use that on the goats.
Oh. Okay.
The goats eat everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're you know goats.
Shoulder massagers. Oh man, my grandparents used to have these.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved them.
They stimulate the bowels of the cattle.
Oh, you can use them on animals. My grandmother used them on herself, her shoulders. She said. She said she'd get my granddad like really go to town, work out a lot of the kinks.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a good use for it. And,
Yeah.
whatever you think.
A trip through memory lane.
Yeah. Where did you grow up in?
Nebraska.
Oh,
Yeah, a little different than Wyoming, but
a little different.
yeah, we do things different in Nebraska. My grandparents raised me right.
How so?
Well, they taught me how to, maintain dominance over the animals. They say people in Wyoming kind of just let the animals run them over and let the animals be in control, but in Nebraska, you gotta be in control.
Well, I think it depends on the person.
Well, I think you could go either way. It's just what state you're from, right? Either one's fine.
Well, but in the city, there's not a lot of animals around the city other than the people. The humans are actually the animals of this city.
Yeah. This is weird. This corset with the nipple clamps. Was that for?
It's udder clamps. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes when
I
you're
like how you
stimulating
put it
them-
on a human mannequin.
Well, again, I had to use what I had in the city. I had to. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Like I said, the only animals in the city are
Yeah.
humans, pretty much. Just
Yeah.
some raccoons and.
Right, but these are for animals. Just one man buying some stuff for animals from another man who
Yeah.
just uses them on animal. There's nothing abnormal about that.
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it. A lot of people just kind of look at the stuff and they don't know what to do with it, so they end up leaving. So I'm glad you're finding a good use for it. I'm glad maybe you're from Nebraska.
Nebraska, definitely
Yeah.
a farmer. I'm gonna take it back to my ranch
Mm-hmm.
and use it there.
Yeah. Well, and we use this. It goes inside of the mouth of the
The animal,
the animal. Yeah.
right?
Keep them from.
The animal's mouth is about my mouth size. I think my farmhand's really gonna like this.
Yeah. We put it on dogs sometimes to keep them from biting the chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So. Is that all? Is that all you
Yeah.
want?
$50?
I can do the whole thing for 50. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Let me know if you want any milk.
All right. Thanks.
So I think we have time maybe for one more story and another scene. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So when I was listening to that, it reminded me of, as a kid, no, I'm not going to tell that story. Not that one either.
Uh-oh.
No, it reminded me, like, as a kid, I moved at 4 years old from Albuquerque to Salt Lake City, Utah. And we were the first non-Mormon family to ever live on our block. Yeah, so like, in the land of the Waltons, we were the Addams family. And the non-Mormon neighbors all kind of had to look out for each other. And so there was this girl named Mary Lou who was developmentally disabled, whose family was from Nebraska, and they were Presbyterian. Now, we were total freaks because my mom was Baptist but converted to Judaism. My dad was Catholic but was a Mason, so they just didn't know what to think of us. And I kind of was so jealous of Mary Sue's family for having one religion. But Mary Lou was developmentally disabled. And I remember one Sunday night, my mom's like, listen, you're going to start walking to Mary Sue to school. And I'm like, I'm not hanging out with that freak. Because you didn't say no to my mom, and I was being hateful. And I was 12 and being bullied, and my parents were getting a divorce, so I was kind of angry. And I was like, all right. And I didn't even want to walk her to school at all because I was already being picked on. And I knew it was just going to get worse. And Mary Sue was this sweet Buddha of a person. But she always wore a Girl Scout uniform with old lady sweaters. So they were like pink with brocade or green with brocade. And just were so out of place for her. But always had a smile. Now she had, I can't remember what it's called right now, but a disorder that made her eyes kind of pop out big. And I remember the first day I had to go pick her up. And I opened up the front door, and you know, the house, the smell of a stranger's house is always kind of freakish as a kid. And it smelled like Greek food and corn nuts. And so I was like, oh, this just makes it worse. Because, you know, at 12, everything's very dramatic. And so we start going to school. And every day of the week, oh my gosh, kids would pick on us. We'd go past the chain link fence of the playground, and I'd hear David Checketts, who used to be a really good friend of mine, but stopped hanging out with me because, you know, I was uncool and he was becoming cool playing sports, and I was walking Mary Sue to school. He'd be like, is she your girlfriend? Do you guys kiss? Are you gonna have a baby? And you know, kids that age, they're kind of like a wolf pack, right? They find the weak one and just pick at it. And it just got worse and worse. And Mary Sue, every day, the walk there, the walk back, she'd just smile and just was chatting. And I just remember thinking, would you shut the fuck up? And she'd be like, how are you at school? You're going to do it. Do you like ice cream? Do you like candy? And I'd be like, oh God, this is the worst thing ever! Well, one day, it was a Thursday of that week, and I remember I had enough. And we were at recess. And it was out by the monkey bars. I don't know if they call them monkey bars anymore. And the cool kids were hanging out with David Checketts. So I ingratiated my way in. And I thought, this is it. So I started making fun of Mary Sue. And I had just seen on PBS a thing about rhesus monkeys. So I was an expert. Because at 12, you're an expert in everything. And I was comparing Mary Sue to a rhesus monkey. And I was like, I was being terrible. And I didn't know. I turned around, and Mary Sue was right there. And she saw me do the whole thing. And I felt like such an asshole. And the bell rang, thankfully, after recess, and I was just dreading walking her home. And I went to pick her up at her special needs class, and I was guilt-ridden. I felt like an asshole because I should have been an asshole. Well, I was an asshole, and I should have felt like shit. And as we're walking, she could tell something was wrong. And so she was being, and I just was grunting responses. And she grabbed my hand because she knew I was upset. So she was consoling me for making fun of her.
Touche.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because she heard that shit all of her life and it didn't bother her, or if she heard it and didn't care, or if she just didn't hear it, but she saw me hurting and wanted to take care of me. And that made it worse. So I dropped her off at her stinky house and ran home. And tears were on my face, and I could feel the heat from the tears on my cold face. And I get home and I just fell in my mom's arms, you know, just devastated, you know, not a kid anymore, but not a man yet, and lost. But I could see why she had me do it. I understood that she wanted me to learn compassion. She wanted me to learn kindness, and 12-year-old boys are not really built for that. And so the next day, I get up, go pick up Mary Sue, and as we're walking, she's chatting away, and I just start answering her questions, and I just start chatting with her. And it wasn't until just a few years ago that I even remembered all this taking place. And my mom, you know, she danced naked in the living room, but she was a pretty good parent and taught me some compassion. Thanks.
Hey, Billy.
Hi, Sam.
Looks like you're playing cars.
I'm playing cars.
Yeah.
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 Someday I'm gonna be a race car driver.
Hey, that's neat. That's really neat. And if you want to be a race car driver, you know, you should. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanna be a lot like Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
He died driving a race car, but he did what he wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, don't do the dying part. You know.
Yeah.
Do you want to? If you want to hit me, you can hit me. It'll make you feel better. You know. I thought maybe you could just hit me like as hard as you want, and like I won't hit you back.
You know, I wouldn't hit you. I would never hit you. You say that.
Dale Earnhardt would hit me if I treated Dale Earnhardt the way I, you know.
Yeah, he's dead. I told you.
Yeah. But when he was alive, or if he came back from the dead
I don't want to
to
hit
punish
you.
me,
Sam, I don't want to hit you.
I was mean to you.
You were hurting inside yourself.
Oh, don't do that.
You were inside yourself. You were hurting yourself.
What if I gave you my my allowance? I can just give you this money and you'll feel better. And here, I'll just leave it there.
Does that make you feel better?
Do you feel better now?
I feel better if you're feeling better. Does it make you feel better to give me your allowance?
I mean, a little, but. Ow! Ow!
Does that make you feel better because I hit you?
Oh my God!
Sorry, Sam.
That was really
You
hard.
told me to hit you because I hit you because I thought it would make you feel better.
Oh my God, my eye! Oh.
What's
Is it
that? What's the
bleeding?
matter?
You hit me
It's,
in the eye.
it's bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
But that you.
I don't feel better at
I
all.
wanted you to feel better, but
I thought this was a feel-good moment.
but you said you wanted me to hit you.
I thought we were going to learn a
better.
lesson. I didn't know you were going
Oh,
to injure me for life.
But I did that for you. You gave me the money. You gave me the money to make you feel better. And when you're feeling better, then I'm feeling
Well, I
better.
wanted you to hit me, but not like make me.
Well, you said you wanted me to hit you.
Oh, it hurt.
But you used to hit me.
I did, you're right.
You used to hit me a long time
It's
ago.
okay, it's
And
okay.
it was okay
I'm not
because
trying to yell at you,
everybody.
it hurts.
Sam, everybody used to hit me, so it's okay.
No, it's not.
Everybody used
It's
to
not
hit
okay
me.
if they hit you, but
No.
you can't poke my eye out.
No, but Sam, when people would hit me and when people would make fun of me, it would make them feel better. And I like it when people feel better, when people feel good. When you offered me money, I thought it would make you feel better. I don't need your money.
No, we're even, Steven. I mean,
But
you do that really hard.
If I give your money back, will you feel better?
No, keep the money.
If I keep the money, then you feel better?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Is it bleeding?
Mm-hmm. until it's getting puffy.
Yeah, you like that? Is it funny?
I don't know. Do you like it?
One time.
Do you like it though?
One time, but not two. Okay?
If I know that you felt bad, and I know that made you feel good.
Well, kind of. Well, maybe don't do that again.
I won't do it again.
Hey, I got a racing game.
What kind of racing game do you have?
Atari, you drive with the paddles.
I love Atari.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love
You
Atari.
wanna come play?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that okay?
I think so.
Okay.
But don't tell my mom you're the one who did this.
Oh, I won't tell her.
Okay.
I won't.
Ow. I think Dale Earnhardt would have done it that way too.
He probably would have drove over you.
Yeah, he probably would have punched both eyes out.
He probably would have. He's tough.
So there we go. That was our show tonight. You guys come out here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Again, it's weird to be back at a theater, but isn't it great?
Very.
Yeah. So give yourselves a hand for coming out tonight. And let's thank Nicole and Kyle up there. And together we've been
Jay.
Kent
Tony.
and you all. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Yeah.
What does your video sound like? Go to artlist.io and get the best music and sound effects for your videos. This is not the real world. This is your creation. The stories you tell, the images you take, and the music you choose. Soundtrack your videos with Artlist. Be creative with unlimited music.